Hello and welcome. My name is TyrionLanstr. Alright everyone, so I want to begin a brand new series on rebel leaders. I think that everyone knows just how important they are, but I want to take a second to talk a little bit about how this is all going to work and what this series is going to look like. And the way I'm going to do that is to begin by talking about rebel leaders kind of in general. Which ones should you be killing, how to be most efficient about it, all that jazz. Okay, so the first thing to be aware of is that your alliance probably has some form of a requirement. In MAD, we currently require 6 level 4s or 3 level 5s each day. That may sound really high to people, but it is based on the idea that by doing more rebel leaders, you will get more diamonds and more motivation packs to be able to purchase more of the daily limit motivation. So that daily limit motivation we found here, when you hit this plus, you'll see that you can go and purchase extra motivation, okay? You can get 1 more of the 10k, 1 more of the 4k, 2 of the 2k, 2 of the 1k, and then I believe you can get like 2 more 400s and 5 200s. It's something like that. I will honestly say that I've never gotten that low to where I've needed the 400s and the 200s. I usually just stick to the 10, 4, and 2s. So, with that in mind, that's the general premise, is that you're going to spend motivation, spend diamonds on motivation to get more back, and that if everyone does that, it actually equals out to where it is a benefit for everyone. And this is kind of an alternative to the rebel leader like hunting alliances, where they just will kind of get people together and they'll do a quick, everyone does 18 level 4s in like 5 minutes and they'll just grind them out that way. This is kind of an alternative to that, where we're just kind of always doing that, essentially. Okay, so if your account is not at that stage, if you're not able to kill that many rebel leaders a given day, you may be doing a lot less. So there are 5 levels to rebel leaders, okay? There's level 1, and these are pretty much reserved for if you are a pretty new account. Basically, the second you're able to start hitting level 2s with any reliability, you should be doing level 2s. And I would even say the same is true for a level 2. If you go to level 2, it's still just so weak and gives so little. Its chests are so bad, most alliances would not let you attack a level 2 rebel leader. If you hit a level 3, a lot of the time, if you're in a middle tier alliance, they're going to be asking for at least you to hit some level 3 rebel leaders, and that'll be the expectation. I would say that in general, you should stick on level 3s and really work towards being able to one-shot them. One-shotting level 3s is a really big deal. You should basically move to level 4s once you're able to 2-shot a level 4 reliably. 3-shotting a level 4 versus one-shotting a level 3, if your alliance allows you to one-shot the level 3s, I would do that. I think that that's better, but if your alliance wants you to do level 4s, you may have to 3-shot level 4s. Ideally, though, get to 2-shotting level 4s. The second you can 2-shot a level 4, never do level 3s again. Always do the level 4s. Now, when do you move on to level 5s? So level 5 rebel leaders really become worth it if you can 3-shot them. It's kind of a toss-up between 4-shotting a level 5 and 2-shotting a level 4. The thing to keep in mind is that the motivation cost is much higher for a level 5 than a level 4. Level 4 you can hit for 1694, and this is without any buffs. I'll show the difference that's made once you have a buff on it. Level 3s are only 698, so there is, you're paying about 500 motivation more each one up. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind as far as when you're trying to evaluate which one you want to attack. So again, if you can 4-shot a level 5 versus 2-shotting level 4, pretty close in terms of which is better, just depends on what your alliance wants of you. I would say probably better to do the level 4, though. Now, once you can 3-shot a level 5, that is pretty widely seen as being much better than 2-shotting a level 4. If you can 1-shot a level 4, which is kind of, in my opinion, usually a level up from level 5s, then 1-shotting level 4 tends to be pretty good. I think in terms of your whole alliance, it's probably still better to be 3-shotting the level 5, but from an individual level, probably better to do the level 4s. So it depends on what your alliance wants. Okay, so with that all in mind, what are things you can do to kill more rebel leaders? Well, the first and most important thing is your gear. So if I switch on to my expedition gear, the first thing you'll notice is that I'm able to actually hit these Rebel Leaders for much less. So as you can see, it costs I have 4,600 motivation, but it only costs me now 1949. So I'm able to get in more hits with the motivation that I have just by wearing that new gear. Remember, it was over 2,100 before. So why is it reducing that? Well, it's these two different pieces. The helmet reduces it right now because it's purple by 3.18%, and the bow also does another 3.18, the crossbow, 3.18% reduction. As well as the actual whole collection bonus you can see on the left, I get another 0.5% motivation cost reduction for having all of them to be at least blue. I've got 2 more pieces that are blue. Once they're purple, then I'll get a little bit more of a bonus up to about 1% motivation cost. So that is probably the biggest thing that you'll immediately notice. Now, you'll also notice that you're getting a lot of damage bonuses. So for my gear, if I look at this, I get 6.3% reduction, 725 more motivation. I also get 50% expedition damage, and then I get some marching speed. I also increase my initial might, which is really good in terms of killing them. So that's 50% buff and 38 more might. Definitely going to mean that I can kill much stronger Rebel Leaders. I'm also getting a buff from my castle. So I'm using the Dunes Fort Castle skin, which, if you look at this, it's giving a 32% damage increase. It also gives me some marching speed, and then I'm also using the Kingdom Elite marching animation, which gives another 20% and also gives some motivation limit as well as marching speed. So with these two things combined, I'm getting 20%, 32%, and then another 50% from my gear. I'm getting 100% more expedition damage on each hit because I've got all this stuff on. That means I'm able to kill much stronger Rebel Leaders. Now, the rest of the series, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop in and I'm going to talk about a specific type of Rebel Leader. So we'll do one on Cav, we'll do one on Spear, we'll do one on Imp, and we'll do one on Bows. Each of them have different formations, and I'll talk about all the different types of formations depending on what you have at your disposal. And I'll do a couple examples so we can see just how it went. I hope that you guys enjoyed this, hope you learned a thing or two, and I hope you like the rest of this series on Rebel Leaders.